you with different kinds of questions you may have related to life in Finland, Finnish people, Finnish culture, lifestyle, and so on. And yeah, it's been my third week, I believe third week doing this YouTube full time. So far, so good. Still quite a lot of things to learn about, but let's just follow the path and journey together. So good to have you here. We have some people in the chat also. We have Alexandra, Angelica, Parsa. Let me know in the chat also where you're joining this stream, maybe the country and the city. Kind of the basic stuff. I'm here in Espoo. Espoo as always, and let's hope everything's running smoothly. The 23rd of January, so 1 week left for the first month. You know, life and time goes so fast. It's almost the first month of 2022 is going to be over, and it's going to be just a moment until we're in the summer. So that's how things are going to go. We have Yorgos from Greece, Kalimera, Kalispera, Tom from Tapiola. Tapiola is a good area. I know a few things about Tapiola as well. We have Vicky also here. Hello from Athens. We have a lot of Greeks or Greek people here. That's nice. Jeet from India. Jeet is a very regular, fantastic on the live streams, especially. Joe from Ireland and Oulu. For anyone who's in Finland, you have about 30 minutes left. Oh, okay, yeah. There is the county elections for the first time ever in Finland's history going on, and something. So hair got in my mouth. Yeah. So and the results are also going to be published tonight. Juho from Leppävaara, good stuff. Mindy from Loving the Vikings hat from Kerala, just came from Philippines before the new year. Good stuff. Lindsay is here as well. And yeah, let me just put this quick banner running as well here. So as usual, if you want to submit your question, there's a link in the description, like a Google Docs form or a Google form, I think. Google form is the name. And you can submit it here and they will pop up into my screen here, and I'll try to go through them one by one. And of course, if you want to support me and the chat and the show and get your message read first, you can also consider sending a super chat. There's this $sign and you can donate whatever amount you want, and you'll get this cool flashy message or super sticker just to let you know that if you want to do that, that's also doable. I'm okay from Belgium. I like that handle. Hello from Madrid. I've been to Madrid 2015 something. That's literally quite a while ago. Yeah, so use the form primarily because they will be here on my form, and I'll make sure that I don't miss them as well because they are kind of documented here. Well, let's take a quick question from the chat. I have a question. Is it possible to get a job teaching English in Finland? I'm from the US. Well, to be honest, I don't know, because we learn quite good English at school, primary school. So I don't think there's that much demand as in Japan, for example. I've used to live in Japan, so I know there are a lot of English teachers out there. But I wouldn't, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's that much need for English teaching. But that's just my opinion. Maybe someone else knows. So we have Maria from Madrid. I'm okay from Belgium. I always forgot that you can highlight the comments. A fast company from Vancouver, Canada, will be in Helsinki one week. That's amazing. WTF, welcome to Finland. Ani from Kenyan in Lahti. Lahti is the Chicago, Finland, by the way, in case you didn't know. Mindy is also from Minnesota. Sarmara from Austria. Guten Abend. Yeah, I've been to the gym today and also the sauna. So if my processing power here doesn't compute as well as it should, so let's just put it to the gyms and saunas blame. Doug from Ohio. Hello from Helsinki. Veer Samani. By the way, I had an idea that I could make this. I could buy this like a world map and put it on my wall here, and I could put these pins every time I hear like, okay, Veer is from hello from Helsinki, but let's say Duke from Ohio, then I could put this pin on Ohio, and we have one fantastic from Ohio. Would that be a great idea? Let me know in the chat. Write yes if you think that's a good idea. Alexander loves the hat. So there was a question, where can you actually buy this hat? And guess what, guys? You can actually buy this on Amazon. I just did a very quick Google. Maybe I can actually quickly show that to you. Just a second. Share screen, Chrome tab, Amazon. I'm just gonna very quickly show to you, and check this out. It's the same hat, and you can buy this on Amazon. This is Amazon.com. So at least from the US, you can buy this. I didn't check any Amazon Germany and on like the European stuff. Maybe I just did a very quick Google. But if you want to get this, you can get this on Amazon. I don't have an affiliate link, by the way, at the moment. But if you want to get this, you can actually buy it on Amazon. I just typed in sauna hat, sauna boss hat on Google, and first result on the Google results. Yes. You should have blue lighting in my room. Actually, I do have this light here on top of my shelf, but I actually forgot to put it on. And the problem is the electricity. I need to do a little bit tricks to get it running. But next time I will definitely do that. Hesso is also from Belgium. I have actually a lot of Belgian fantastics here. Joe says, out of Finnish, does that have a practical purpose as stopping your head getting too hot? To be honest, we don't really use these type of hats like in the sauna, but one use case, definitely what I can think of, is if you go to ice swimming. Like I see people, when they go ice swimming, they have this kind of like a hat to protect their head. And I mean, if I were to go to ice swimming, I would definitely take this with me. Yes. So I guess that's what I would say. Cool. But if you want to get the sauna hat, it seems Amazon, Sauna Boss, Google, just type in Google. No affiliate link at the moment, but if you want to get it, you can get it there. Okay, let me just have a quick look at the forms, and let's get with the fantastic questions. Let's do it. So first question we have is Abhit from India. He's moving to Finland within a year, and he got a job in Helsinki. That's great. I missed your previous live season. Could you please provide me a brief idea of which suburbs in Espoo are good for foreigner to rent? Looking for one bed, hall, kitchen, and email, and then there's also the email address. Okay, that's a good question. My rule of thumb for when you're designing like what areas would you want to live in Finland is that make sure that they are close to public transportation. So in Helsinki area, Espoo area, capital area, there's the metros, there's the trains, and also buses. Buses are kind of the least convenient because, well, you know, they're buses. But if you just go on Google Maps, maybe I could even show to you like a quick tutorial. Let me just close some. I have 2 extra tabs. Gmail, Pornhub. No, just kidding. Didn't have Pornhub on. But let me see. Okay. I think I need to actually open another window. Just a second. Okay. Let me share my screen. Stop sharing. Just a second. Chrome tab. Oh, which Google Maps is that? I need to close the previous one so I don't open the wrong one. Okay, now I believe we are on the right track. Great, so this is Google Maps. This is Helsinki area. And you can see the public transportation on Google Maps. So in Helsinki, the metros go from east and west, and the trains go like kind of like a spider web style. But if you're here in Espoo, for example, if you zoom in closely, can you see where is the... Okay, so here is, for example, metro station is over here, Matinkylä. I'm not sure if you can actually do a quick Google search on the metro line, but the rule of thumb, just find, you can do a quick Google search, and I think hsl.fi, that's the Helsinki public transport, they have all the routes on a map. And then once you know, get an idea like where the transportation lines are going, then you can just work from there. Because I think the convenience of getting around is most important, and maybe second is good services. So for example, Matinkylä is pretty good because Matinkylä has this Iso shopping center. You can find all the shops and everything, and then the metro. So you can get to Helsinki, for example, quick. So that's just what I would also say. Juho also says on the comments, Leppävaara, Espoon keskus, Matinkylä, Tapiola is too expensive. Yeah, Tapiola is kind of like it's has this like expensive profile. Yes, that's what I would just to get that's how I would get started with this. And there are no really bad areas in Finland, in my opinion. Well, Juho mentioned that Tapiola is expensive. Okay, is that a bad area? Well, that's up to you to decide. But like every area in Finland are safe, or there's no like unsafe areas, in my opinion. Okay, hopefully that helps. That was a little bit clumsy, but I think hopefully you got some value out of that one. Okay, then Jake had asked the question, where can I buy the Sauna Boss hat? We answered that. Then we have Alexandra from Romania. She's moving to Finland within 3 years for work, and she's already working at the Finnish company. That's great. And the question is, how is the entrepreneur life going on so far? Well, it's going quite okay. I mean, the good news is that I can create my days and my schedules and all these kind of things. And the only problem is what I have so far. I have kind of like the superhero syndrome, because I think there's so many things to do. Like there's regular videos, then the shorts and reels and TikToks, then how I promote my language courses, the Finland relocation rocket. How can I get those? How can I get more sales from my online courses? Then I have the merch store. Then I have also my website nowadays, alexhimself.com, in case you didn't know. So there's quite a bit of things to do, and because I'm a one-man band at the moment, I'm definitely considering maybe hiring some contractors, for example, to make blogs about my existing YouTube videos to kind of repurpose the content. And I mean, there's a lot of things to do. So that's kind of like the downside. But the good news is that I'm still enjoying it. It doesn't feel like work. And also I managed to get some, like, let's say good amount of, like decent amount of money. It's not like super big, but it's like a good starter. So that's just what I would say. It's been 2 to 3 weeks now, and I would say so far so good. Elton says, I'm helping Alexi by purchasing his coffee mug. Yes, by the way, okay, I can quickly show you. I have a merchandise store. Hold on, I'm on this is wrong website. Hold on, Teespring. Do I have the store? I should make this like a quick link, because I always forget what's my merch like the URL, but it should be in the description, by the way. So if you want to get your Fantastic Squad t-shirt or a mug, there's like a coffee mug, you can also get them on the website. And worldwide delivery. I'm not sure, they don't deliver maybe to every country, but most countries are covered by the merch store. Okay, let me see if I can get it. Okay. So, but anyways, the link is in the description. If you want to get the fantastic merch and support me on my journey, you can do it. Great. Quick look at the chat. Alexander says, it's good to have a material work with, one step at a time. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Just like take small steps into the success. Yeah, good stuff. Let's go to the next question from Parsa from Iran. Parsa is actually, that's a funny coincidence, because Parsa means, what does Parsa mean in Finnish? It's this type of vegetable. Hold on, let me just check it from the dictionary. Asparagus. Asparagus is Parsa in Finnish. Just a funny fact. Parsha's from Iran, Chetori, and he's planning to move to Finland within 5 years for working. And Finland is the happiest country of the world, so that's a good reason to move here. And the question is it easy to get a job specialty in IT career? Okay, this is a good question, and in my opinion, there is a big need for IT pros in Finland, software developers, engineers. So if you have good experience in IT, I think you have a good chance to find a job here. And the good news is that most of these employers are international companies, so you don't even have to speak Finnish in order to get the job. Okay, that's just a very general answer, but that's just how I feel. So if you are IT pro, I think you have at least better chances to get the job here. But that's all I can say. Cool. Giz says that won't work since the ID is error. So, okay, this is I think we're talking about different topic here. Kathy says terveisiä saunasta. Greetings from the sauna. Awesome. Cool. Let's take a next question from the chat. We have it's from Hesso. Hesso is one of the regular fantastics from Belgium, moving within a year for environment, equality, winter, partner. That's important. Almost no corruption and space. And Lapland was the first spark. That's interesting. And the question is, what are the biggest differences between the regions in Finland? Maybe a bit generic assumptions, but east and west, north and south, general attitude towards Swedish speaking Finns these days. That's a good question. To be honest, I don't know if there are any significant differences considering the day-to-day life. Obviously, if we're comparing to Helsinki area, the capital area is more like a metropole, more international, and more jobs and more opportunities are here. And if you go outside, for example, I'm from the west part of Finland, and if we compare that to the east, the only difference I can tell is maybe the dialect. So there's little bit differences in terms of the dialect, like Finnish dialect that's spoken. But I don't know if there's any big differences. If there's any Finns in the in the show, you can let me know. But to be honest, I don't think there's much differences, like significant differences between the regions. That aside from the dialect, that's just what I personally believe. Yes, a little bit boring answer, but I think that's the truth. Like I don't think there's much. Obviously, if we go to the north, it's colder there, much colder compared to Helsinki. Also, like this geographical elements we should keep in mind as well. And the general attitude towards Swedish-speaking Finns these days, I think it's getting better. Like my girlfriend is Finnish, Swedish, and especially here in Helsinki area, there are a lot of Swedish speakers. But I mean, maybe among the adults, not a big deal. But I remember when I was in school, like in my teenager years, many people disliked learning Swedish because it was kind of like a waste of time, and there are these like a stereotypical jokes like that all Swedes are gays and these kind of things. But I don't think that kind of speech is that common anymore. That's a good question. Let's have a quick look at the chat. When the restaurant scans, they will see your numbers. This is maybe the Corona passport. We are asked, I'm looking for a job on my application, I'm not being replied to. Can you help? I'm studying naval architecture. Well, yeah, I think it's always a good idea to follow up, especially if you're not getting replies. You could make even a phone call, like, hey, I was applying to this job and I'm just interested in what's the current status. I have done that in the past. You could also send a follow-up email. That's something you can do. That's within your control. But yeah, that's maybe the quickest advice I can give for now. Oops. All right. Cameron asks, do you have an opinion on Kouvola? Well, Kouvola, not really. I think I have only visited once briefly, and there's this funny word called Kouvostoliitto, which is a funny version from Neuvostoliitto, which means the Soviet Union, because someone has said that the buildings they look like such as like a stone brick buildings that they resemble Soviet Union, but that's just like a joke. But well, not much to say. I think it's. I hope some people are not gonna nail me on the cross by saying this, but I believe it's a little bit boring city. There's not much going on, and I don't really know much about it, to be honest. Yeah, just trying to give an honest opinion. And a quick question: how do I get the police card? Do I need to go to Photoshop first? Yes. So this is the Finnish ID. So if you're outside of the EU, I recommend strongly to get this. So you first go to any photo store that is kind of approved with the police, and most of the shops are. Then you go get your passport photos. Then you need to book a time at the police station, or you can or you can just walk in, and then you just file in the application there. It costs 55 euros. And before this step, if you're outside of the EU, you need to have your residency status verified at DVB. Before that, you cannot get it. But just to give like a quick answer to that, that's how it goes. Let's take the next question from the forum. We have Toby from the States. And Toby hasn't decided whether he wants to move to Finland or not, no problem. But working seems to be the most interesting. And he had once a Finnish flatmate. That's amazing. The question is, just a second. Who teaches you English in elementary, junior, and high school? Other Finns, the British? Is it spelled Finns or Finns? Okay, they are Finnish teachers. So Finnish people who are qualified to teach Finnish. So if you want to become a teacher in Finland, you need to have at least a master's degree. And these are Finnish people who have experience teaching English. Yes. So I think in the university, if you take some English classes, there could be like a non-Finn teaching that. And I think it's written with two Finns, like a double N. Good question. Good question. Let's quick question from the chat. Do you eat ketchup on spaghetti? I have to admit that I do eat ketchup on spaghetti. Not always, but sometimes. Let's take a next question from the forum. Angelica from the Philippines. Cool. She's already living in Finland for working, and snow is the best thing about Finland. The question is, how does Posti work in Finland? Do they deliver to my apartment or pick up somewhere? Do I need to code or something to receive my order or parcel? Okay, that's a good question. So Posti is the Finnish post service. And here's a pro tip if you're living in Finland. I'm gonna just open one website here, just a second. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay, so if you're living in Finland, download an app called Oma Posti. And what it does that if anyone is, let's say if you order something from online, Posti is usually the organization that will deliver it to you. And they will notify you through the app what's going to happen. So you can either choose, okay, let's say if you did home or you ordered home delivery, you can most of the time choose the time when they come and also how they're going to interact with you at the door. So you can choose to have them leave it behind the door, or you can choose them to ring the doorbell, or they can also give it to you from hand to hand. And I have, for example, ordered a lot of stuff from Amazon and also within Finland. And this is such a good service. And it's entirely free. You just need the online banking codes to activate or create the account, and this is good. So this is how it works, and obviously it depends a little bit what you're ordering and from where. But Oma Posti were up. It's a mobile app for both for iOS and Android, and you can even get your invoices sometimes to the app. So that's also quite neat. Let's see, problems. Where is the mobile app? You can also use it on a web, but the mobile app is such a good thing because you also get push notifications when they have updated info about your order. Parcels and tracking. So there's nothing mentioned about the mobile, but it is a mobile app because I have it on my phone. I've used it many times. But download Oma Posti. It works all entirely in English as well. Yes, so that hopefully helps. Let me see if there was anything else. Do I need a code or something to receive my order? Yeah, so you can usually choose how you want to receive it. That's what I have to say about this one. Cool. Good question. Hopefully that helped at least a bit. Quick look at the chat. Joe is giving some good advice about the police stuff. Yeah, you can apply it online. I mean, you can do the booking online, and then you actually do the stuff on the spot. I mean, and later on, you can actually do entirely this online without having to visit the police station. But for the first time, you actually have to do that. Great. Let's take the next question from the chat. Alexander from Romania again, and the question is, any plans for Fantastic Meetup? Yes, this is a question I get a lot, and definitely yes. Whenever it's possible, I would love to do even some regular stuff. Like, for example, I thought that maybe once a month, if I go to lunch some restaurant in Helsinki, then I can say, hey, I'm going to lunch for this restaurant. If you want to join, just come here at this time. And yeah, and also probably some other proper like meetups, definitely. So the answer is yes. Cool. Next question from Sarah from Austria. Guten Abend. Moving to Finland within a year for working, and her partner is from Turku. Good stuff. The question is, do you know if I have to register my car or bike if I will move there with my motorbike if I stay in Finland for au pair first 12 months? That's a good question. I think Google will help you here, and well, if you come from inside the EU, I don't think there's much you have to do, but just take this answer with a grain of salt because I don't have personal experience on this. But if you just go on Google and type in, for example, importing motorbike to Finland, and then I think you should be able to get the answers. If you would come outside of the EU, then you probably have to do all kinds of shenanigans. But my hunch is that you should be good to go. Joe mentions also, Oma Posti is also where they inform all of your services when you move to a new place. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. It's kind of the same system. You cannot do it through the app, if I'm not mistaken. There's a separate website like changeaddress.fi. Mindy says, can you teach us to say how to order a beer? Okay, this is simple. I'm going to type it in the chat as well. Just say yksi kalja. Yksi kalja, it means like a beer. If you want to be a little bit polite, actually it's not necessarily, but you can just say yksi kalja. Oops. Yksi kalja, kiitos. It's like one beer, please. That's it. Yksi means one, kalja means beer, and kiitos is like please in this case. Cool. So that's it. By the way, if you're getting started learning Finnish, I have like this quick start guide. You can get it for free if you join my email list. I have also 2 beginner-friendly spoken Finnish courses available. You should find the links also in the description. So, and those are beginner friendly. I try to not preach, teach like this useful, easy stuff that you can get started without getting stuck at the grammar. That's my kind of teaching style. Links in the description. You can also say olut. Olut is more like a little bit formal, but you can definitely say yksi olut, kiitos. But if you say kalja is a little bit more like this slangish, more like spoken Finnish. But if you say olut, not problem at all. Yeah, Jukka also confirms olut is good. Yeah, no problem saying olut at all. Yes, thanks for the questions so far. If you like the stream so far, if you're finding my answers and other fantastic answers in the chat valuable, hit thumbs up. Let's take a question from the form Veer from India. Working, he's already working, living in Finland for working, and he got a scholarship from Malta. And the question is, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job, but no one replies to my application. Okay, this we answered in the chat already. And if you want to get more pro tips for, just a second, about working in Finland and how to get started, and with like a work and also work and study related stuff, go check out Road to Finnish YouTube channel. It's run by Oliver Rotko. He's a buddy of mine. We got to know each other through this content creation stuff, and he has excellent library of videos about working and studying and also living in Finland. So he has like job tips, good websites to find jobs, and so on. So definitely go check out the content from Oliver, because he knows let's do a brain reset. So he has tons of pro tips for studying and working in Finland. Yes, so that's a good thing. Let's look at the chat. Hey, Hesso, for the €5 super chat for Lapin Kulta Karhu or Lonkero. Very good stream again. Thank you. So I'm definitely a Lonkero person. So maybe I also could show you what Lonkero is. Maybe there are some fantastics who haven't heard of Lonkero. Just a second. Okay, I'm gonna add this back to the stream. So Lonkero is this Finnish only, like made in Finland drink, and it's made of. Hold on, what's it made about? It's like gin and grapefruit soda. I think those are the main ingredients. And fun fact: this drink was made for the 1952 Helsinki Olympics. So they wanted to come up with this cool drink that they can serve to tourists and visitors. And that's how they came up with this. And it's such a good alcoholic drink. It's a little bit sweet, like beer is kind of like it's not sweet, but I love Lonkero myself. Finnish beer isn't really that special, to be honest. I mean, sorry to say that, compared to German or Belgian, these kind of things. But Lonkero kicks ass. And there are so many different flavors. There's, for example, this Karpalo, cassis. What is cassis? I thought it was this cranberry. There is, for example, let's see, this red grapefruit. What is this one? This is original vodka lime. So many different flavors. And I'm just a Lonkero guy. This is not a promotion to any alcoholic drinks, just my personal opinion about this question. But yeah, if you have a chance to try Lonkero, please go ahead and try. It's one of my favorite drinks. Cool. Elton has tried Lonkero. Joe, Karpalo Lonkero is great. Yeah, Karpalo, the flavor itself isn't really that special, but with Lonkero, it's actually quite good. Pommac is not Lonkero, if I'm correct. Pommac is a bit different. Or is it Lonkero? I believe it's not Lonkero. It's like this little bit special type of drink. Am I correct? Are there any alcohol pros in the chat? Let me know. But Pommac is Pommac even alcoholic? Or I had to Google this quickly. Onko Pommac pommakissa alkoholia? I think there's a pommac version of Lonkero. Okay. Okay, so pommac itself is not long drink, but it seems to be a pommac version. Okay, so in that case, that's correct. So I was wrong. The black ones you can only get outside of Finland. Outside of Finland, really? Okay. Yeah, for example, when I was in Japan, I saw some Lonkero being sold it at the convenience stores. That was kind of funny. But they weren't like all over there. Jukka says, pommac is a crazy taste, super sizzly. It has also non-alcoholic version, basically fruits with a fruit drink with CO2, like carbon dioxide. Cool. Let me look at the forms. Yes, there's a, so yeah, try to primarily use the form in the description to submit the questions, because I will go through those one by one. So you want to make sure you get your question asked, you can use that one. Vicky has the next question. She's from Greece, moving to Finland within 3 years for working, and best country in the world. Yeah, and no doubt about that. And the question is, how is the demand for consulting jobs in psychology and nutrition? Unfortunately, I don't know, because I'm not a pro at these fields. Like for psychology, if you want to be a psychologist in Finland, you need to have your degree recognized by the Finnish authorities, because there are certain jobs that need to have certain competence. For example, nurse or doctor and these kind of things, because I mean, it makes sense. They cannot just let anyone work as a doctor here, right? So if you have a foreign degree, you have to have it recognized. It's this or public organization called Valvira. That's I know, but unfortunately, I don't really know about psychology and nutrition because I have no prior experience on that. So I cannot really give any insights here, unfortunately. When does the spring season start? Angelica asks. I think, well, it's usually when the snow starts to melt, like April or March or April, somewhere there. Ricardo asks, when you have to pay for right of residency for an apartment, do you get it back when new pays for his? This is probably a question about the right of residency type of apartment. I believe so. I believe that's how it works. So if you ever leave the place, you will get the money back. But I'm not entirely sure if this is the right of occupancy or right of residency or the part ownership system. To be honest, I don't know, but I believe that is the case. Marko is also here from Karkkila. Terve, Marko. I actually started driving school last Monday. I'm 44. It's great. Next week I get to drive the car. That's great. I mean, it's great that people find this new or discover this new hobbies or interest even at like a little bit later age. No problem at all. That's great. Yeah, like I did my driving school when I was 18, and that's kind of usually the time when people do it. But some people don't, and I'm really glad that Marco has taken up the courage to take up the challenge and start driving school. Good stuff. Let's give big thumbs up for Marco for such a great accomplishment. Let's just put it say. Cyber Lava asks, I've seen pics of Helsinki completely covered with huge amounts of snow. Does it snow every year? Yes, usually it snows every year. And the winter lasts usually somewhere from December to February. In March, it usually starts to get warmer. Great. Let's take a next question from the forums. Let's take the next question from the forums. And we have Josh from Canada. Hasn't decided yet haven't decided whether he wants to move to Finland or not. No problem, no worries. Learning a language is the key interest. And sauna and babes. I like that answer. Finnish babes. 5 out of 5. The question is, being Canadian, I like to play hockey. Is it easy to join an adult recreational hockey leagues in cities like Espoo or Tampere? I would believe yes. So each city have these like these recreational leagues for football and I especially for ice hockey, and I think you have no problem finding. I think the only like a tiny challenge is to find them, but if I think Google will help you with that. And I'm definitely, if you're Canadian and you can play well or you have decent skills, I think you have no problem finding your way into a local team. Definitely no problem. Good question. Finns love ice hockey, and Finland is a great place to play ice hockey as well. Ricardo asks, do you have to redo your driving test in Finland if you have a valid license? Okay, let's do a quick tutorial for this one. Hold on, driving license Finland. Okay, I'm going to show you one page where you can find answer for this at the stream. And this is ajokortti info. If you just Google, I just Google driving license Finland and you find this. And here are explained all the cases. If you need to, what do you need to do? So if your exchange, so yeah, if you plan to live in Finland for long term, you need to exchange your driver's license to a Finnish one. And if you're from EU or EA country, then you just it's explained here. Let's see. Your driving license is issued, or if you do not have a driving license, a driving license extract from your country. Okay, so you visit Ajovarma to exchange. You take the driving license, your passport, and 2 photographs. And you may also need a medical certificate and study certificate. So if you're a student. And UK, British people also covered here. And so if you're exchange, okay, let's do a brain. Yeah. So there's the EU countries, and then there is this contracting state. And this was some sort of, hold on, what was mentioned here, the contracting state. So it's basically like this, like a collective agreement with number of countries in it. So if you have a valid license issued in Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, or country that has ratified the Geneva or Vienna Road Traffic Convention, you can find this on Google. And then it's explained here. You can exchange your license for an A1, A2, or A or B class without passing the driving examination, so you don't have to do that. However, regardless, you need to pass the driving examination theory to obtain a license in the group 2. Okay, so that's like a more heavy, like a truck and these kind of things. B is like the regular car driver's license, I believe. And then it's explained here. And then if your driving license is outside of the contracting state, then I believe you have to do it. Let's see. By the way, can you see it? Should I zoom in? Let's zoom in a little bit. You need to apply for a driving license permit. Prove that you fulfill the conditions and pass the driving exam. Okay, but here you can find the information. Ajokortti info. I think I can actually just quickly paste this in the. So that's luckily it's not that difficult. And Joe is also giving some pro tips. If your license from outside the EU, you need to convert it within the first year. Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's mentioned here, but there are some like time limits. Let's see. If your driving is still valid less than 2 years. Yeah, okay, but everything's explained here. Everything is explained here. B is towing for heavy. Yeah, I mean, you're a professional driver if you would have to go for this one. Lily asks, can I apply for student housing before getting my residence permit? I think so. As long as you have the admission letter that, hey, welcome to Aalto University, start looking for the apartments. I believe so. Good. Hopefully that helped. Jukka is also giving pro tips. A class is basic, C is truck, A is something else. I think A is like a moped or something, not sure. Not sure about that. Yeah, but hopefully that helped. Ajokortti info was the website. Ajokortti means driving card, actually. Kortti means card. Great. We have a question from Karol from Poland, and he's planning to move within 5 years, working and living for good. And Finland is the best country in the world. Put in very short, both political, cultural aspects of living country sucks. And I'm just a fan of Finland and its nature. I think Poland sucks. That's what I tried to say. And the question is it difficult to get an ID related job? Okay, we are already talked about this. My personal opinion is that you have a good chance to find a job here if you are an IT professional, because there's so much need, and the employers are international employers who have English as the working language. Yes, that's what I have in my head. Okay, we answered that one. I'm not in Suomi, and the conflicts there concern me because I have family there. What kind of conflicts? I don't think we have any conflicts here, like at least any major ones. Chris asks if there's a company you would recommend for moving your things to Finland. That's a good question, but I have one pro tip where you can find and answer this. So there is a Facebook group called Americans in Finland. And I believe if you join that group and ask this question there, I'm sure you will find a fellow American who has gone through this process before, and they can give you advice. And that's also a good pro tip for anyone. So if you're moving to Finland, you have some specific question, try to find people from your country who have gone through the process before, because they most likely know answers to these type of questions. Yes, hopefully that helps. Let's have a quick look at the chat here. I have to admit, Poland sucks. Well, I've been to Krakow once, and I really liked Krakow. No, not a big problem. Well, I was just a tourist, and I like the city, I like the people, the atmosphere was really nice. Hey, Mr. Betty Swag for I think this is $7 Canadian. Love the channel, Alexi. Keep up the good work. Mr. Betty, I really liked, or I'm really glad from the super chat, and thank you for the $7. Awesome, mahtavaa in Finnish. And we have another super chat. Jam Jivi. Moikka Alex, just passing through. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Jam Jivi. Hopefully I pronounced the name correctly. Thank you for the €5. That's I can get one long drink with that money. Yeah, just kidding. But yeah, thanks for the super chats. Really appreciate it. Even as it's so hard to find a job in Finland to get residence permit. Any advice? I mean, that's the problem. I mean, this is probably the challenging things about Finland, to find a job here, because I mean, you have to really research the job market here, and also language is the key here. Like, it depends on the job. For example, at the IT field, not really necessary to learn Finnish, because the jobs are most likely in English. But if you get a job, let's say, what could be a possible one? Let's say if you want to work at Prisma is the hypermarket. Most likely you would need to speak good Finnish. So yeah, I mean, what can I do? It's definitely a challenge, but it's not impossible. I have heard of people who have actually managed to find a job abroad. It takes definitely a lot of work, and the problem is that there are also many of the jobs are hidden, so they are not publicly advertised. So, for example, I actually watched this Japanese guy who his name is Daiki. He made a video about this topic, and he told first-hand experience that he told a story that his friend was leaving a job in, like, he was working in Finland for a Finnish company, and then the employer asked, "Hey, do you know anyone who could replace you?" And actually, the person had the person in mind, and the person kind of connected the people, and eventually the friend got the job, and the company didn't have to make a advert, like a listing, job listing about the job, because they managed to find it through their networks. And I believe this is a key thing as well, to get start networking as soon as possible, because many of the jobs are and the positions are filled that way. By the way, in case you're wondering, hold on. I may have a resource in mind for you. Oops, I just need to fetch it here. Just a second. My buddy Varpu from her Finland. Do you know Varpu? Write yes in the chat if you know Varpu. He has, she has, it's she. She has made this online course about how to find those hidden job opportunities in Finland. Let me just give a quick peek about that. So it's an online course, and I have also went through that course myself. And full disclosure, I'm an affiliate of Varpu. So if in case you're wondering about the job market and how to research the jobs and how to get networking going and finding discovering those hidden job opportunities, Varpu has made this compact online course about that. And as you can see, if only 25% of the available jobs are actually made public in Finland, that's very low. Well, only like one jobs out of 4. And she has this like five-step formula. So she, for example, teaches you how to use LinkedIn professionally, how to connect with people, make connections, or open discussions, and also network from there and finding those opportunities. And yeah, so she actually teaches you very step-by-step stuff on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is very important, by the way, in Finland, if you're wondering. And I can also show you a quick peek from the inside the course also, because I have access there. Hold on, how do I actually get from there? Just a second. Just a second. Oops. Okay, here is it. Here is it. So I strongly recommend checking this resource out. I can show you like a quick sneak peek. So these lessons are like 25 minutes each. So it's like 20 minutes each. And these are video lessons. You can go through this on your own. And she will teach you, for example, let me just go a little bit further. Where is the, just a second, where is the LinkedIn stuff? Yeah, so she also like teaches how the LinkedIn works in Finland, how to get networking, and then she actually goes to LinkedIn and tells you how to optimize your profile, how to engage in conversation, and so on. So definitely, this is useful. If you're outside of Finland, if you're already in Finland, this is important skill. And the course link is also in the description. I think it's alexhimself.com/discover. And go check it out. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. I forgot how much the course is, but I have been working with Varpu with this course, and I believe this can give you some good value. Great. Okay, let's go back to the questions. And if you have any questions about the course also, feel free to let me know, and I'll try to answer those, or I can also get back to Varpu and let her answer them, and I can get back to you later. Cool. Let's see. Hide current comment. Joe also says, as a general rule, you need to speak the local language to customer-facing job. Yes, I mean it makes sense. I mean, if you deal with Finns, like Finns would be kind of weird, like if they could not speak their native language. However, I have also been to restaurants in Helsinki where the waiters or waitresses do not speak Finnish. For me, not the problem because I like to speak English, but I'm kind of wondering how, for example, older generation might react to that. But yeah, that can also happen. That can also happen. What language do kids learn first, Finnish or English? Well, Finnish is the native language, so you don't really have to learn it that way. But English is the first foreign language what we start to learn, at least when I was a kid. I want to find a girlfriend from Finland. Okay, sounds like a plan. Okay, we have lots of yes from Veer, Yasin from yes, Elton says yes, yeah from Joe, good stuff. Alexi, can you explain how to buy a house in Finland? Okay, well, I recently made a video about this stuff, and next week I will make another video where I talk about the process how we, for example, bought our first apartment. So there's gonna be a video about that next week, and I made like this idea about the ownership system last week, or yes, was it last week? Yeah, I think that was last week. Hello, Alessia. Hello, Nancy. It's kind of funny because I've seen so many variations of my name, on the internet. Yeah, Maria's great. Varpu is great from Maria. That's right. And yeah, we did also a live stream last week. That's a good mention from Joe that we actually did a live stream like this where I answered exclusively questions about buying an apartment. So definitely worthwhile to check at that one as well. And Varpo is Varpo is so nice lover. Yes, she makes amazing content. Evelina says we have beautiful nature, lovely cities. Some people are maybe nice, but political situation really sucks. Yeah, okay, I understand. I have seen some news about the politics. Cool. Let's check out the form. We have one question from the form. Let's see. Hold on a second. Beth from the UK, planning to move to Finland within 5 years. I like these long-term plans. A Finnish family member, a partner, good stuff. Sexy Finnish guys or girls. And my partner is the question. And Moi, what is the arts/creative industry like in Finland? I'm getting my degree in illustration soon. I'm planning moving in with my Finnish partner when I can find a suitable job. Well, again, this is unfortunately something I don't know much about. But yeah, I guess it depends what type of stuff you can do. I guess freelancing could be one, but yeah, these are just some hunches. And unfortunately, I don't really know much about the creative industry because I haven't really been. Well, I guess I'm in the creative industry because I make content now. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. That's a kind of a little bit boring answer. But yeah, that's the thing. I'm just a regular Finnish dude who likes to drink water and Lonkero and make videos. Yes. And if you still have questions, make sure to fill them in the form because I will read those because there's quite a bit of comments rolling in, so I may miss something. Alexei, hello Alexei, I'm no longer in Finland, but at the time 5 years ago I got a job by doing training. Yes, that's also one way to do it. So I think the big idea here is that you will have a skill that someone can benefit from. So you kind of have to sell. You have to be good at selling yourself to a company in order to have them hire you. And we have some kisses also. She said me, oh, söpöpoika. Okay, this is probably something. This sounds an interesting conversation. I want to hear more. Hi, could you explain about average income and the tax system in Finland? Okay, I can do a quick tutorial now where you can find out how much you will pay taxes. If you want me to do that, write yes in the chat. Because there's one, I can do this very quickly if you want. In case you're interested in taxes. Taxes are kind of boring, yet important. So let me know if you want me to do a quick tutorial. Is it easy to become a teacher in Finland? Well, you need to have a master's degree, and I guess it depends what you will be teaching. But teaching has like high standards, so I would say it's not that easy. But I guess it depends. Okay, little explanation, and Nora says yes. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show you one resource. So this is vero.fi. This is the Finnish tax administration. And if you want to know how much you're going to pay taxes, they have this tax percentage calculator available in English. So let's go to this one. And okay, here you just fill in the info. For now we're 2020, and in Finland we have municipality tax. So each city and municipality have their own tax rate. So this is why that's important. Okay, I'm just gonna, for example, write Helsinki just for this example. And we have also church tax in Finland. That's kind of weird. It can be 1 to 2% from your gross income. But if you are a foreigner, I believe that you are not assigned to any parish. So you can just, I think it's civil register means that you are not a part of church. And this year of birth is just because I think it depends on the pensions or something. To be honest, I don't know why they want to know this. Do you have a spouse? Let's say no. If you have children, you will put them here. Disability person is not really have to worry about that. Are you insured somewhere else in Finland? And they have also these good questions where you can find out what this means. But I'm just going to leave no for this. And then you would just put an estimate. Let's say if you would earn 50K a year, I'm just going to throw this randomly here. And this income received, that means that if you have already received income until this time, and how many of that has been withheld. But I'm just going to leave this 0. Then there's the seafarers. Yar, if you are a seaman, you would put this, but let's not care about those. Foster cares. This is kind of like special stuff, not have to care about that. Benefits. If you're not really sure about this, you can just leave them 0. Family caregivers, not really important. Other trade, compensations for use. And again, if you don't know what this means, you can always click this and then they will explain it. So that's quite cool. Pensions, reimbursements, earning. There's a lot of kind of this stuff they want to know, but which are actually not really that important. These are kind of special cases. There's dividends, surplus, 20 grand, capital income, dividends, other capital income, blah, 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 blah. There's lots of stuff. And yeah, so then you would just click next. So if you're just like a regular income salary receiver, then you would just put the income, total income here. And then there's these deductions. So if you are in a trade union, I think it's a good idea to be a trade union member because the fees are entirely deductible. But if you're not sure about this, you can just leave them 0 for now. And let's keep it that way. There's some credits from taxes, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of kind of stuff you actually have to do, but these are not really that important. And then you can also see where the tax money goes. So deduction for the production, these are automatic deductions that you will get automatically. So that's a kind of cool thing. So many of the deductions are put automatically for you. Unemployment insurance contributions, a daily allowance, and deduction in municipal taxation, blah, blah, blah. Working income, yeah, these are things that are automatically done. I don't think even Finns really know about them that much. Base for the public broadcasting tax, so that's where what then amount is taxed. And then here we see municipal tax, 18%. That's the Helsinki rate. Healthcare contribution, 0.4%, 0.5%. Increase of health and care contribution, 1%. Daily allowance, 1%. Public broadcasting tax, 2%. And this would also have the church tax if we had that one. And here we see, so tax rate, 21% is the amount of taxes you would pay from the 50K. And here's the thing, so you also have to look at this. So when you get your salary, it has the 21%, but then also additional 8.65% is also withheld, because that's going to go for the pension payments and these kind of things. But you will also get those automatically deducted at the end. But this is how you can get an idea how much is going to pay taxes. Okay, the deductions and everything, that's a whole different story, and I'm not going to go into those now. But it's important actually to learn about those deductions so you can reduce your taxable income. Okay, let me just follow the comments. Specific. Okay, this is, I didn't avoid omavero.vero.fi. I didn't actually know that one. Tax might be different under 18. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. So, but hopefully this will give you a brief idea how it's going to work and how much you're going to pay in taxes as well. Yeah, taxes are entirely like a whole story, whole world of its own. Let's see if we have questions in the forms. Yes, we have. Let's check those next. We have Andrew from Poland. I'm planning to move to Finland within 5 years for working and studying, and my channel was the first interest. How amazing is that? And the question is, Alexi, do you know how long the average Finn uses his car before selling or scrapping it? In Poland, 25-year-old cars are something normal. And how is it in Finland? What is your favorite car brand? That's a good question. To be honest, I don't know. Okay, I have to refresh my memory, because my parents, we used to have a number of cars. But I think we had maybe 8 years or something. Because I remember we had at least 3 different cars during my lifetime, at least as far as I can remember. And because I'm 30, so if we calculate, we probably had a car around 7 to 8 years. That could be one. I'm not sure. Are there any other Finns in the chat? Maybe you can get an idea. And David says taxes are too much. Well, the taxes are progressive. I mean, if it was 50,000 euro, then you would, if it was 20%, you would pay 10,000 euro in tax, and you would keep 40K. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. And we have to also keep in mind what kind of stuff we get with the tax money: free education, subsidized healthcare, social security. Good stuff. Fun fact, did you know that Viking helmets don't have horns? No, I didn't. But this is a sauna hat, not a Viking hat. Yeah, okay. In Greece, we still have cars even if they are 20 years old. I think we also have here, but I'm just speaking on my personal experience. We kind of, because when the car gets old, it's also most likely because you have to maintain it, and the maintenance can be expensive. Someone says that food is expensive. Well, this all is VAT, and for food it's 10%, and I don't think that's too much. And in my opinion, the food in Finland isn't really that expensive. I mean, if you just buy very basic stuff, you can get by with quite low costs, in my opinion. But I'm just speaking from a Finnish perspective. I've also lived in Japan, where it was actually more expensive, in my opinion. But I don't think food is that expensive. That what? Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Noor asks, legal question: which public organization can access your bank account details? I think none. But okay, so if I think if there was some sort of investigation, then most likely yes. But as long as unless they have a very good reason to do so, I don't think anyone can access bank details like that. Good stuff. Kiitos for doing the stream on Sunday. Makes it convenient to watch. That's the yeah. So because I know there are a lot of people in the States, like in Canada, America, South America, and if I do it on the weekends, it's easier for me to reach also people from the West and also Europe because it's like in the evening. I'm gonna kind of neglect the East, like the Asian and Australians, but I mean it's quite difficult to find a suitable time that would fit for everybody. Ali Retsa asks, what websites do you recommend for online shopping? Well, it entirely depends what do you want to buy. Because there are many specific stores. I think we need to find more about the specifics before I can answer. What is your Finnish opinion on root beer? I don't know much about root beer. I haven't really. I'm not sure if I tried that. Mikä se on muuten root beer suomeksi? Mä täytyy tarkistaa. What is root beer? Checking what's the Finnish word, so I'm not missing out. Inkivääri-olut, juuriolut. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure if I have tried it. Let's look at the form next. Question from Konrad from Poland. We have a lot of Polish people here today. That's great. Moving to Finland within 5 years for studying and better living conditions. Awesome. The question is, hi Alexi, I am finishing my bachelor next year and I'm planning to enroll into Aalto University. Good stuff. My question is studying in Finland really that hard? Is it really that much expected of a student in Finland? That's a great question. I think studying in Finland is not hard at all. I think it's fun. We have lots of like these fun events, student parties, events. We have the overalls. So, and when I was a student, because I have done a master's degree in Finland, I don't think the studying is really that hard. I think there's like a good balance between the fun stuff and the hard stuff like the study. In my opinion, studying isn't really that hard. Of course, when you have to do the thesis, then it gets a little bit more stressful, and when you have the exams. But I don't think it's that hard. I have very good memories from my study times. I guess it depends on the field as well. Like I used to study mathematics for a year before I moved to business and IT, and that sucked. Like university level mathematics sucked. It was entirely different what I used to, and that was hard because I didn't like it. But when I changed the fields, then it was very much enjoyable. Arpitas, is it really difficult to find job in Finland, especially in Tampere for software engineers? If you're a software engineer, I think you have a better chance to find a job. Also in Tampere, I think in Tampere there are some software jobs, but I used to live in Tampere. I used to study there, and there are some IT companies there. But if you are a software engineer, I think you have a good chance, or better chance at least. Great. Next question is from Ricardo from South Africa. Awesome. Moving to Finland within a year for working and Finnish lifestyle, introverted, Finnish motorsports. Awesome reasons. And the question is, hey, Alex, I have recently watched Tuntematon Sotilas and Heavy Race, so I enjoyed both thoroughly. Any other Finnish movies you would highly recommend? Okay, this is a good question, and I have I have a great suggest for you. If you want to watch a very funny Finnish series with English subtitles, I have a perfect option. Hold on, I need to find it. Find it. Le Arena Wingman. I'm gonna show you one great. Just a second. Oops. Okay, I closed the Chrome tab. So Yle Arena. This is the Yle is the Finnish broadcasting service. It's funded by tax money and stuff, and they have lots of series for free. So it's not non-commercial media. And check this out, this Wingman, Luottomies. This is one of the funniest series I've watched. And the thing is that they have also English subtitles available. And as far as I know, you can watch it outside of Finland as well. And go watch it. This is very funny series. The episodes are like 10 minutes each. It tells about this Juhis and Tommi, these Finnish guys, and they get into these weird kinds of situations, and it's really funny. Go watch it. Go watch it then, and you can watch it on web version, Yle Arena. So this you can see Yle and Arena. If you type in Yle Arena, you can find it. And Wingman is the name of the series. Luottomies. Luottomies like trust man, like someone you can trust. Definitely go watch it. There's 3 seasons, I believe. And I also heard that some Aki Kaurismäki movies are available with English subtitles. Aki Kaurismäki. Let's see. Okay, but I just quickly saw somewhere on the internet that Aki Kaurismäki is the Finnish movie director, that his movies on Yle Arena also have English subtitles. So make sure to check out those. But Luottomies, guys and girls, go watch Luottomies. That's it's a very funny show. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Let's go back to the questions. Jasmine says, "Hi, I'm German citizen moving to Espoo. Can't even get appointment for residence permit." Yes, the question is that you don't need a residence permit because you are a EU citizen. But if we're talking about the right of residency registrations, then that is something you need to do. So you need to start the process online by going to enterfinland.fi. Once you've done that, then you need to apply for a time at Migri. Migri is the Finnish immigration service, and complete the process there. But the thing is that you don't need a residence permit. If you have a German passport, you don't need a residence permit. Just to clarify that. Baba says, recommend watching Karppi series. Karppi is also good. I think it's also available on Netflix. Joe says, I'm currently looking for software engineering jobs in Tampere. Seems there are many. Yes, that's, I believe Tampere is pretty tech city, like Oulu as well. I always like to ask people about root beer because it can be such a divisive drink. Lol. Okay. I think I haven't really tried about that. Okay, let's take a next question from the... Oh, okay. All questions in the form. So if you still have questions you want me to answer, you can use the form link in the description and just write it out there, and I will help you. Joe says, for the right of residency, you need to go to Migri within 3 months of arriving. Yes, and Migri has a big backlog at the moment, so it's been problematic. I quite believe that this is what Jasmine meant. But yeah, but you can go to any Migri service point. Deadwind, is Deadwind the same as Karppi? Not sure, but that's also a good series. I think there's 2 different, like Karppi, and I think Deadwind might be the second one. And also go watch Luottomies. It's very Finnish, and you can see kind of how Finnish people do stuff in their everyday lives. It's really funny. Hi Alexa, which university would you recommend for master studies? Well, here's the thing. All universities in Finland are good, and the university in one university doesn't really give you advantage over the other. That's how I feel. So the employees just okay, they might just have a look. Okay, you have a master's degree, and that's it. So the school itself doesn't give you competitive advantage, in my opinion. And instead, during the studies, you should start networking from the day one. Go to events, go talk to people, set up your LinkedIn profile, and also have fun. Also have fun and these kind of things. Also, if you can get into any internships or summer jobs, that's important. Okay, Jasmine says, thank you, kiitos. Okay. Keine Ursache. How can I find some? LinkedIn is a good place to start. So LinkedIn is this like a social media for professional stuff, and there are also jobs there. LinkedIn is a good place to start. A carp is called Deadwind. Okay, it was the same series. Joe says if one location is full, maybe look at the availability at offices at the other parts of the country. I imagine smaller places are less busy. Okay, I'm not sure where this question, well, this statement was. I think I missed something. Yeah, good stuff. Hey Alex, I'll move to Tampere soon. I'll work in Nokia. What's the best way to transport between Tampere and Nokia? Would you recommend e-bikes? Okay, let's open Google Maps again. I think I need to open incognito window. Just a second. We have Tampere. Let's remove that and open share screen, Chrome tab, Google Maps. Okay, so we're on Google Maps. So this is where we are. So Tampere is over here. Tampere is one of the good cities in Finland, in my opinion. And Nokia is all the way here. So I would definitely not ride all the way with the bicycle, because this is probably like 20 kilometers or 10 kilometers or something. I guess it depends where you're working. Okay, let's just say Prisma Nokia. Let's see, directions. Let's take, for example, I'm just gonna take random ones. Okay, it's actually not that bad. It's 15 kilometers, but still one way. That's kind of tough stuff. I think buses are probably the most feasible option, because there's bus connections and stuff like that. Obviously, it depends from where you're going. Let's see the transit. Okay, 30 minutes by bus from this. These are a bit random locations, by the way. So maybe buses, because it's a quite long distance. But if you're really like a pro bicyclist, I guess bicycle could also work for you. If it's like close to 10 kilometers, but yeah, it's up to you. I would go with bus. Great. Hopefully that helps. Just gonna keep it going, because I see that the stream for you comes with a little bit lag, for example. So I'm just gonna keep this man. Okay. Yes, I will try another survey post. Yeah, that's what you can do. So it depends where you are at the moment, but you can go to any service point. That's the key. And Migri is under a lot of criticism, because there's a huge backlog, and the next times are like months away. It's kind of annoying. And yeah, right of residency registration. Okay, no comments about that. Seems like that. So we can remove this and go to the next question from the form. From the farm, we have Daniel from Peru moving to Finland within a year for studies. How amazing is that? Fantastic. And education system was the spark of interest. And the question is, what types of jobs are available for mechanical engineers? Very difficult to say, unfortunately. What are the salaries? If you just type in Google mechanical engineering Finland job, I think that could get you started. Because I'm not a mechanical engineer myself, so I cannot really say, unfortunately. But I think just researching a little bit should get you answers. Hopefully. Next question is from Iad from South Africa. Haven't decided yet whether I want to move to Finland or not, but studying an old Finnish war music and the language. Spark of interest, awesome. And the question is, can you get the scholarship to Finland for a bachelor's degree? Kiitos, ystävä. I think you can get. So when you are applying for study places in Finland, you can also apply for scholarships if you come outside of the EU. So, and I believe you can get scholarships. But that's all I know. I haven't really got too much into details about that. But I think Oliver from Road to Finish, he probably knows. He probably knows. Akuma, hyvää iltaa kaikille. Hyvää iltaa. Tervetuloa. Ricardo is complimenting Joe. Yeah, Joe has been very valuable member of Fantastics because he's been here for a while and he's been to all of the meetups as well. The first meetup where we had 2 people in 2017, or when was it again? And he's always sharing valuable info. Because as some things I don't even know because I'm just a Finn living in Finland, so I didn't have to go through some of the things at all because I'm a Finn. So is there anywhere in Finland where it's possible to get a job with only knowing Swedish? I would think so, because there are some areas in Finland that are mostly Swedish speaking. For example, Vaasa is one, which has lots of Swedish speakers. Pietarsaari, it's like a small one. Turku has also a lot of Swedish speaking stuff. I think Helsinki has also. Yeah, I think there is a chance, but I think not that much chances, to be honest. But yeah, it depends. But Alex got to go. Have to get some lunch. Have a good time. Have a good one. Wait, were there meetups? Yes, we had one in. When was the Tampere meetup? That was in 2000 and. That was after I came back from Japan, so maybe 2017 or something. And the next one was in Helsinki. The first one had 2 people, but I kind of messed up there. I didn't really communicate it that well back then. Then we had one in Helsinki. That was, when was that? 2017 or 18, maybe. We had, I think, 15 people there. So at least we're going up in numbers. And during the Corona, I haven't had the chance to do those, unfortunately. Question from Andrew from Poland. I think we had a question from, yes, okay, Andrew has a second question. Alexi, would you recommend any Finnish comedy movie? I recently watched the Swedish movie Sällskapsresan 2, directed by Lasse Åberg, who also played the character Stig Helmer Olsson. Okay, the show I just show you, Luottomies, Wingman, that is a comedy series. That's definitely what you can watch for free on Yle Areena. So that's something I can tell you. I have been to Åbo and Helsinki, and in Åbo, someone told me we are in Finland, we speak Finnish here. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, most people do speak Finnish, but there are also Swedish speaking people or people who speak both. For example, my girlfriend's first language is Swedish because that's how she was brought up, But she also speaks excellent Finnish. She's bilingual. I do have a Discord channel. Well, I used to have one, but I didn't kind of promote it because I noticed that I wasn't able to be there regularly. But now that I'm free from like regular jobs, I'm considering to bring it back because I guess it would be cool to have that one for the community. I guess it would be easy to people to mingle. Definitely. I should probably think about that next week. Okay, let's take a few more questions. We've been streaming for 90 minutes already. Time flies. Napapiirin Sankarit is a good movie. Yeah, that's an older one. I haven't actually watched that myself, but yeah, Napapiirin Sankarit from Lasse is a good suggestion. Tiedätkö mitään lukion opettajaksi tulemista Suomessa? Olen suomalainen, mutta opiskelin opettajaksi Saksassa. Okay. So the question is how to become a upper secondary school teacher. Well, you need a master's degree, definitely, and decent Finnish skills, definitely. I think those are the two things. And I think it's quite difficult to find a teacher position because there are so few openings. Cool. Okay, wow, it's been 1.5 hours. Time flies. Time flies. Oh my goodness. Can someone quickly tell how many likes we have on this stream? Because I'm using this StreamYard and I can only see the number of people in the stream. Kiitos paljon. Yeah, I don't know much about that because I'm not a teacher myself, but you need a master's degree and then like the Finnish skills probably. If you're going to teach Finnish people, then you need Finnish skills. For 72. Okay, can we get to 85 thumbs ups? I think I need to open the YouTube player, so in order to see around 80. Okay, we already are around 80. That's great. Stefan asks, if there are any Finnish language courses in Finland? Like here in Norway, most major municipalities have language courses set up by. Yes, I think there are. There is the Finnish TE office, which is the work, like the public organization to help people to get employed. They have some integration courses. And this is something I probably have to do some research on because there are definitely Finnish courses that people go. But I unfortunately, I don't know any that I could recommend. I have also my own spoken Finnish courses. If you're a beginner and want to get started, you can go through them on your own page. There's 2 courses, link in the description. So there's one for introduction to Finnish language and spoken Finnish, and then beginner grammar and conversational skills. So those are 2 separate courses if you want to check them out. And if you have any questions about them, please let me know. 87. Maybe we should try to get to 100. 100 likes. 100 likes. Yeah, I'm up for answering a few questions. Have you watched Tuntematon Sotilas? Yes, I think every Finn has watched Tuntematon Sotilas at some point. It's one of the most known novels and movies. It tells about the Finland's events in the Second World War. And there's 3 versions of it. The latest is from 2018 or 19 or 20, when it's quite recent. I like the new one. Good stuff. Let's see the form. Okay, form is cleared out. That's actually good because sometimes I leave such a big backlog of questions. Cool. Let's see. I'm just gonna scroll back if I missed anything. Mindy, I love when you walked around in Finland. I can do that again. So yeah, the problem is that usually when I try to do these live streams during the weekend, that usually kind of affects my personal life because sometimes we may have plans, with my girlfriend. So I didn't manage to do it yet, but maybe next week when I could do a walking live stream, if you want. I also get some exercise by doing that, so why not? Baba says I recommend Ihmisen Osa as a great comedy movie. Okay, I haven't heard of that one before. Let's see. Please do you know if there are any course in Portuguese x Finnish language? Unfortunately, I don't know. Probably this is something I need to do. What a nice hat. Maybe I should get an affiliate link for this hat, and because it seems that it's on Google, it's sold on Amazon. And I mean, the commissions are kind of bad, but I mean, if you want to get this, I think it costs like $30 on Amazon. Yeah, Sauna boss. Maybe I should put it like this way so you should see the text also. So Evie just says, will you be doing any walkabouts? I can do those. I can do those if you want. Evenings is good during the week. Yeah, but the problem is that, for example, if the people in the West, if I do it in the evening, they might be still at work. So that's why I'm usually time them in the weekends. And I have done a few streams during the week, and I think they didn't reach that many people as like the weekends. But I guess I could try it once more and see how that would work out. Excellent. We have one question from Vicky from Greece. Vicky is also one of the active members of the community and planning to move to Finland within 5 years for working, best place to live. And the question is there any demand for services, consulting services in psychology and nutrition? I think I answered that in the chat. I believe I saw it. But unfortunately, I don't know, because I don't know much about psychology and nutrition stuff, and what is the need there, and what's the business and market. MB Bakue says, have you heard about the 4 days work week proposal? I have heard about it, but I don't know what's the current situation about that. That would be an interesting. To be honest, I don't know if it would work or not. Rami says greetings from Sri Lanka. Greetings from Espoo. Rami is a Finnish name also, by the way. Okay. I guess we're going to wrap up this stream for now, because I feel I have to get some evening snack because I'm getting so hungry. But thank you for the stream so far, and make sure to check out any of the resources in the description. So there's resources for Finnish language if you're learning those. If you're moving to Finland, you can grab the free replay of the Move to Finland masterclass. I think it's also going in the bottom of the screen. Links are in the description. Follow me on Instagram. I'm also posting these short videos also on there. And merchandise store if you want to get some merch. Links also in the description. And thank you for this stream. Make sure to subscribe and hit thumbs up and follow me for the upcoming content next week. And thank you for being fantastic, and stay fantastic. Have a good night. See you soon. Moi moi.